for the person or the entrepreneur or the creator that's like posting right now and it's like not going and they're like frustrated and just over the whole process, when you do make it, because it will happen, if you just keep putting videos out, you're gonna have one hit. I literally had a video go from 60 views to over 900,000 people.
How long was it till you got your first brand deal, and what did that look like?
My audience got me my first brand deal. You can go from being like down and out to like the biggest thing around really fast. I went from living in like Manhattan to like living with my mom, like making no money and just grinding it out. The first 18 months of doing the show, we got about 30,000 downloads total. The last kind of nearly 2 years, we've gotten nearly 12 million downloads.
Why should people go all in on YouTube this year?
I've never actually shared this publicly.
Welcome to the department where we interview people who are killing it in their department. I'm Omar and I have with me Calum Johnson. Welcome to the department.
What's up? This is like surreal to be like on the department. I've seen so many of your videos.
Thank you for having me. I'm in New York. The vibes are vibing. And we're shooting this on iPhones and a lot of firsts right now. I think another one first I have right now is, I think you're the first guest that I guessed it on first.
Okay, yeah.
But when we got chatting, it's without a doubt you are a YouTube connoisseur, expert. You understand the platform, and it's very rare to relate to people that understand how the platform works.
Yeah.
And I like to define something right away in the show. Could you answer this question? And it's, why should people go all in on YouTube this year?
Oh, that is a good one. You know what? The thing that I say to people is, when it comes to social media and building brands and basically everything that we do, YouTube is the golden goose. Like if you have conversations with creators, maybe not what they say on their channels, but like when you go offline and you have coffees or like meetings or whatever, YouTube is the platform where people look at it and they're like, I want to master that. I want that to be profitable. I want to figure out how that works. And the reasons why, there's a few. One is like, you can attack every length of content on YouTube because you have shorts. So you have like super short form content, which is, I guess, like TikTok or Reels. You then have like kind of, I call it like medium kind of content, like that 8 to 12 minute video. Yeah. It's funny because before we started talking, I was telling you how I came across you with Think Media and like watching those clips that you would do, like those 8 to 12 minute, like kind of perfect length clips. So you have that, and then you have super long form, and I'm sure we'll get into it, but podcasts, whether it's like a Rogan or like a Lex Friedman or like even what Diary of a CEO does, or even what we do and the Calum Johnson Show, where it's like 2 hours, 3 hours, even 4-hour videos. So I think if you can master YouTube, it's like you kind of get everything, like the full media stack. And then when it comes, obviously I know for your audience, when it comes to promoting, advertising a business, it's like the opportunity is just limitless once you figure out the attention side of things.
Yeah, I feel like internally everyone would agree with like, yeah, man, my YouTube's my goal, or YouTube's been my goal, or I've been wanting to get on YouTube. They know that YouTube should be the focus.
Yeah.
But why is YouTube the hardest to grow an audience on?
You know what? I think it's like, I think every platform has its own challenges. And to be honest, it'd be interesting to see what you think of this. I think every platform has its own challenges. The thing that's unique with YouTube, and it's interesting, I learned this off Colin and Samir. YouTube is a permission-based platform, which basically means if you go on Instagram or Reels, like if you were to go on your iPhone right now, you open the Instagram app and you just start scrolling, it's going to start playing you content. Yeah. Like you didn't give it permission to do that, but you're seeing Reels, you're seeing like photos from your friends or just like random creators. Like those platforms are permissionless. They have a For You page. They just play you content. YouTube is a permission-based platform. So if you go in the YouTube app or you go online, the content's not instantly going to start playing. you're going to see thumbnails, you're going to see video titles. So you have to make the choice to click on that video. So like just the psychology for a viewer and like how you get attention on YouTube is different. And this is the thing that I said to you when we were in Vegas, that I really respected about your platform, is that you've mastered and perfected the packaging of YouTube. And people underestimate how important that is. People will produce an incredible video, like a banger video, and spend 2 seconds on the packaging and just like throw it up. And I can't, like, I wish I could make this like clear to people, the degree of difference between, you could have the same video with like mediocre to poor packaging, and then take that exact same piece of content and give it like phenomenal packaging, like super clickable packaging. It won't be like a 2x or a 3x difference in views. And I'm talking about this from experience, like literally like 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times difference in the performance just purely based on the packaging. So I think that's one thing. That's like, we could go so many things, but
the number one question I usually get asked by people like you is, Omar, how the heck does your videos look and sound so dang crispy? Well, the reality is it's the equipment I use, and you'd be surprised how inexpensive it could actually be. So I've compiled all my gear and I've updated the list, and I want to give it to you. So if you're listening or watching this, just hit the description box below and I'll send you my gear guide for every budget. Now let's get back into the conversation. And I love how they said that, Colin and Samir, that it's a permission platform, and the way you get people to click on your videos is by the way you package the videos. And we'll get into that because that is why YouTube's hard. That's where the skill, but people have to get over but I still got to make the video. No, for sure. But if you make the video and nobody clicks on it, did you waste your time? Like, don't you want the most views it can have? I also think a reason why people think YouTube is hard is because the consumption behavior is not as easy. We even YouTubers probably spend more time on platforms like Instagram and TikTok because that's just where people are.
Yeah.
And so it's an easier platform to consume. When I watch a long form video on YouTube, I'm either sitting on my couch or I'm turning my phone sideways and I'm gonna sit somewhere for a little bit, or listen to a podcast.
It's more of a commitment.
Yeah, it's a commitment. Yeah. But that is why psychologically, as a business owner, I would go all in on YouTube because of that reason. That, like, you know, in the world of sales, you just want a series of yeses before they get to the yes of the offer.
Yes.
And like, the reason why I upload just very long videos on my YouTube channel is because I want the commitment. From day one of my podcast, I was like, we're not going to upload shorts on this YouTube channel. Yeah. And we're not going to upload mids, I guess, whatever we can call it, shorts, mids, and super longs. And it served us really well. Now I know there's huge opportunity for like starting another channel with all that stuff, but just because now we just opened up a can of worms when it comes to packaging, can you break down your philosophy on how you package your content?
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
We say package of a video, just define it for the people.
So I guess at the simple level, when I refer to packaging, and I actually think I have a broader definition of packaging than I think what most YouTubers would say. So I think what most YouTubers would say, they would say the packaging is the combination of like the video title, like the title that you see underneath the video when you click, and then the thumbnail. Yeah. And I use the word combination very intentionally.
Combination.
Yeah, combination. Drake, yeah. And Central C. But yeah, I think that the way that people consume packaging, I always tell this to my team. I think that, what's that quote? Like a picture is worth 1,000 words. So I think people see thumbnail first, like the visual first, and it gets their attention. And you have to think within the context of YouTube, on a homepage, you're seeing, I don't know, like 10, 15 thumbnails on your page. So it's like, what's the visual that instantly gets attention? And it's like a split second thing. And that's all just human psychology. Like that whole game is just understanding human psychology. And then I always say to my team, I think the video title is actually what converts people. So it's like you get their attention in the split second, and then to actually get them to click is video title. the reason why I say, so that's like the traditional, I think, definition of packaging. The reason I say I have a different definition, I also include, and I'm kind of getting more into podcasting here, but I think it applies across the board. I also include kind of like the first minute or so of the video, like the content in the packaging. Because I think what happens on a psychological level is split second decision. I see thumbnail and I'm like intrigued. Video title converts me. I click. Now, just because I click does not mean I'm going to watch your 10-minute video, your hour-long video, your 3-hour-long video. That first minute, you either need to confirm and be like, okay, I just made the greatest decision in life clicking this, or I'm going to be like, oh, okay, this video wasn't it, and I'm going to click off. And so I also put the first minute of like, how well do you hook the viewer? And then also your thumbnail and your episode title created a certain expectation in the mind of the viewer. Did your first minute exceed that expectation, or did it fall well below and like someone's going to click off and maybe not click on your channel for like a while? So yeah, that's kind of my
it's really good. I know, because I know as you're talking, people are like disqualifying themselves. They're like, bro, I'm gonna go another year and not do YouTube. But I think this is such a great way to think about it, because thinking about what people are thinking about is how you get good at packaging.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite things you can do even at the get-go, because if you're gonna get started posting very, very long form videos, especially if you're good at what you do, I would say start with what you know. But how do you get people to care about what you know? Think about what they think about. And one of my favorite new, easy video ideas is essentially trading time for attention. So what people could think to themselves, wow, you did all the work. All I have to do is click on this video. Like, clicking on this video is the easy button to getting the information.
Yeah.
So I'm here in New York. We're here in New York. Yeah. And I was telling you the last time we were here was 10 years ago. So I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years. So I can, and I want to make a podcast about 10 lessons of 10 years being an entrepreneur, 7-figure entrepreneur, or like something along those lines.
So you're already thinking in packaging.
Yeah. Already thinking of packaging, because the title and the thumbnail and even the intro, they should come before I even shoot the video. Because I know if I don't get this right, then I may waste my time. Like you said, the shift can lead to a 10, 100, 1,000x return. But it's condensing time. I love videos on, I read every book on becoming a millionaire. Here's the 12 lessons you need to know. That is, clicking this video is the easy button.
It's an instant win for the viewer.
Instant win. But that's like, I just love how you made that, because that makes it very clear. It's like, because it is a very undignified process to create a video. And when we first get started, we are so into ourselves, not in a bad way, just naturally, that we're so concerned. That's why when you see amateurs or new people posting on YouTube, they have too much information in the thumbnail, because you're thinking about yourself more than you're thinking about the viewer. Yeah. And less is more. So like, you're talking about all this stuff, and we're talking about like a face and some words to get the click on the thumbnail. Not like your logo, or like real estate agents. They love putting like every little, it looks like a business card. Yeah. And it's like, that's why you're not getting clicks. Hey, Department fam, question for you. Based on you listening to this podcast, you probably are either looking to grow your personal brand this year, build your audience online, and just stop chasing business and start to have business chasing you. If that's you, I want to invite you to the Content to Cash Challenge. This is a 5-day coaching experience, a live coaching experience with myself that's done all on Zoom, and you get access to a private community, and it really is unlike any other experience that I offer. By the end of the challenge, you'll have unreal clarity on what you're supposed to do online, and you'll have the insight on how you can make an extra 6 or even 7 figures. Yes, I said 7 figures in your business this year. And if any of those things sound great to you, I want you to join the next Content to Cash Challenge. Scan the QR code if you're watching on a television, or click the link in the description. Once you go through it, go ahead and upgrade to VIP, because you'll get an extra hour of bonus VIP Q&A with me every single day of the challenge. And so looking forward to seeing you there. let's get back into the combo.
You know, just one quickly on that, because literally, like, we could have such a long conversation just on packaging.
Legit.
And I tell people, like, even in the history of the show, I've been doing the show for 3.5 years. The first 18 months of doing the show, every episode that we put out, we got about 30,000 downloads total. That's the cumulative views on everything.
Oh, wow.
In that first 18 months. The last kind of 18, nearly 2 years, we've gotten nearly 12 million downloads. So like that level of jump, I wouldn't put it all to packaging, because I also just got better at the craft of what I do. And you're always making these adjustments. But big part of that was mastering packaging. And to your point, I remember, like, a lot of these things I can speak to is because, and I'm sure it's the same for you, I felt the pain firsthand. Like, I did the wrong thing for countless months and videos, and like saw the needle not moving at all on performance. And so what you say about, like, some people, especially entrepreneurs, their thumbnails will look like business cards. I've also done the thing where, like, people will create these super aesthetic, like, beautiful looking thumbnail. That doesn't mean it gets clicks. And it's like, if you actually look at the thumbnail style on my channel, it's not aesthetic at all. It's like so simple. It's like frames of like faces, because, and this is psychology, right? Because as humans, like, we look at eyes, we look at people's expression, and that's kind of initially what gets our attention. And then it's like simple text that's like clear to read. Like that, the best thumbnails typically, it's just like, it gets your attention and it's clear what the value is.
Yeah.
And like, that's it. It's not like an art piece. I tried doing the art piece and it wouldn't get clicks. So.
No, yeah. So good. So 18 months of just going brute force. I think that would resonate with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, I knew a lot when I got started with the podcast because of my Think Media days, but it still took 13 episodes to have a breakout video.
Yeah.
And then I studied the crap out of that breakout video. Yes. And it because what I was doing was I was trying to emulate like a Diary of the CEO type of intro. I had a UFC fighter on, but it wasn't hitting, you know. And I found that actually, to boil it down, it really was just being clear in the intro, some sort of comprehension, like you said, like a takeaway, something you can get right away. Because when you give something right away in the beginning of a YouTube video, people don't leave; they want to stay. Yes. And then credibility, like something that is like, I'm going to start. I mean, this podcast will start with some credibility moments.
Yeah.
And then those three things: credibility, clarity, comprehension, I found were really good. And then I tested this with Myron, where I was like, I'm not even going to edit. I'm just gonna go into the conversation with those three checkboxes, and it cooked.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. Production value isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about essence. We're talking about psychology, and less is more.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, being able to communicate a lot. Okay, but in 18 months, you say it's packaging, but was it like intros, or was it the title?
Title and thumbnail. So the big thing, and just to be clear with people, maybe this will be like contrarian. I am so grateful that first video, or like even in the first year, I didn't blow up off that first few videos that I did. Because I think sometimes when you get good at the tactics before you're actually good at the craft, you don't have longevity. Like, I think I heard someone say this, they were talking about it in terms of music. Like, it's almost the quicker you blow up, the quicker you burn out. Like, if it takes longer sometimes, it means that when you do hit, it's like you have everything so dialed in and you have such a commitment to the craft and what you're doing, you're going to be around for a while. Yeah. And so, like, I'm actually really grateful for the amount of time that it took. But I would say that if you compared, like, if you took the Calum from the first 18 months and then you compared my process to what it is now, the big differences that you're going to see when it comes to packaging is in that first 18 months, I wouldn't think about packaging. the first moment that I would think about packaging is when the video was already kind of like uploaded and I'm now, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Like you're in YouTube, you're like, okay, it needs a title. Like what's the description? And it's asking for a thumbnail. And you're thinking to yourself, you're like, okay, what am I going to do? And it's like really in the moment. Now we have such a deep process, but like the thoughts on packaging, literally what you just demonstrated, starts before I've even booked the guest. Like I'm thinking about reaching out to the guest to come on the show. I already have some semblance of like, okay, this is where I'm thinking the topic, the packaging, like thumbnail. Maybe do we have experience of like a similar topic and thumbnail working on the show? Because the one big thing I tell people, and I think if there was something that people are going to take from this video, it's that you don't want to treat packaging as an afterthought. So many, like that's typically what creators getting into it or entrepreneurs getting into it do. They spend the vast majority of their time solely thinking about content, which is good in a way, I guess. But like your videos aren't going to go until you lock in the packaging element of it. And so now we kind of start with packaging, then we plan content.
I don't think you will find a creator or a business owner that has a successful YouTube channel who's doing the first way everyone's trying it.
Yeah.
Like everyone would agree. No, it starts with the title and the thumbnail, the big idea, the title, thumbnail. And it gives you the permission to, I know we have a different story because we have a podcast, but like essentially you're just picking one thing. Like you just talk about one thing, one idea, and it gives you permission to have more content too.
Yeah.
So when I interview, like I can have you on next year, another time, and we could talk in a different angle. We could talk monetization, you know, or whatever. But I do think that it's like the thinking work that people aren't willing to do.
Yeah. You know,
that first breakout video though, which one was it? Like, because I think we all had our first breakout video. Yeah.
The story, you know, it's the funny, I've never actually shared this publicly. That video was very nearly never recorded. So like the backstory is, and I feel like the way that I do things, it's funny because I'm like, one of the people I really look to, he's like an inspiration for me, is Nipsey Hussle. And he has this video that he did with Gary Vaynerchuk where they're talking. And he's like, I'm a radical, man. I'm a radical. And so I think sometimes when it comes to like business and content and like doing what you love, I'm kind of like a radical. Like I once I had the clarity of like, I want to do the show and I want it to be one of the biggest shows on the planet. Like I quit my job. I went from living in like Manhattan to like living with my mom, like making no money and just grinding it out. But anyway, the story of that first video, I'd been living at home with my mom for like 10 months. We're posting on YouTube every week. Every video, like Omar, I'm telling you this, every video is getting like 100 views. Like it would be always in that range. It'd be like 78 and then maybe 112, then like 90 and then like always around that 100 view range. Like I was stuck there. But I would keep doing it every week. I was like, I'm brute forcing this until it worked.
Do you say that's like a good cadence, one a week to get started?
I think you just have to decide something and then stick to it.
Okay, good.
So like one a week worked for me because it's a podcast, and with a podcast you want to work yourself into people's routine.
Yes.
And that's also why we post every like Monday 8 a.m. is because most people listen to, it's changing now, but at the time most people listen to podcasts on a commute. And so you want it at the start of their week when they're kind of like planning out like, okay, am I going to listen to an album? Am I going to listen to like a podcast? Like, what am I going to listen to this week? You want it like your episodes in their feed. So that's why we chose Monday, 8 a.m. Okay. And we just stuck to that cadence. Like I think from when I made the decision we were going to do once a week, I think we did it for like 57 straight weeks before there was a week where we like took a break. Wow. And I think that was like Christmas or something.
Yeah, sure.
Like once we made the decision, it was like happening. But anyway, the story of the first viral episode that we had. So it was with this entrepreneur called Dantes Akram. Just like an incredible, like he has like an incredible story of like he was sleeping on like a mattress at his girlfriend's mom's house, and then like turned his life around. Has like a young daughter at the time. Turns his life around and builds a successful clothing business, which now does like multi-millions in revenue. But anyway, I'd been aware of him for like months beforehand, and I'd been like reaching out to him like, oh, we need to get you on the show. But I'm based in New York, and he's based in Atlanta. And so like there was one weekend that he was in New York. And so he messages me. He's like, oh, we can do it while I'm in New York. And so I'm like, yes. I'm like reaching out to the studio. I'm like, make sure we have this time, all this stuff. I get everything planned. And then I go back to him with the times, goes completely ghost. Like I don't hear anything from him. And I knew that he was there for like a long weekend. He told me that he was leaving on the Monday. And so I don't hear from him the whole weekend. I'm like, this ain't happening. He messages me. It must be like 6, 7 a.m. Monday morning. And these times I don't live in New York. I live in Jersey at my mom's house, like 2 hours out of New York. He messages me like 6, 7 a.m. like, oh, I can do it. Can you do it at like 11 a.m.? And I'm like there's like the eye crust in my eye. Like I'm waking up. I'm like on the phone with the studios. I'm like, okay, can we do this? It's like super last minute. I go in. I'm like doing the research and the prep on the train on the way in. We record this conversation. Honestly, from when I knew it was good, but at that point in time, I'd never had a video blow up on YouTube. So you don't really know what good is until one goes. So I didn't really think anything of it. We recorded it.
Bro, that's a bar.
Yeah.
You don't know what good is till one goes.
Yeah. I tell people, and this will make sense for your audience, like for entrepreneurs, in life, you learn a lot more from your failures than your wins. That is not the case on YouTube. On YouTube, you learn 50 times, 100 times more from your wins than your failures. Because as soon as you have a win, you can base future videos. It gives you a blueprint.
100.
You can base future videos off that win. So anyway, we record the episode. I'm like, it feels good to me, but like, I don't know. Because nothing's ever gone, like, I'm stuck at 100 views an episode. We go back, and this is recently I've made like this mental switch where I used to think about packaging as an afterthought. And I made this tweak where like for every video, we came up with 3 thumbnails and 3 titles for every video. And so we'd have like a combination. So it'd be like option A, like my preferred option of like thumbnail title. And then we'd have option B, thumbnail title, option C. And basically I posted the Dantes Akram video. And this is why I'm so like passionate about this, because people don't get how important packaging is. And this is what solidified it in my mind. We post the episode Monday, 8 a.m., the same way we always do. The exact same performance as what we would typically get.
From the jump.
Yeah. So like it was on track to get like, I don't know, 100, 150 views. We have that packaging combination, which is the first option, the option A. We have that on the video for about a day and a half. So it gets to Tuesday evening now. And I'm like, man, this video doing the same as what it always does. So I'm like, you know what, let's just change to option B. So right before I go to bed, I changed the title, I changed the thumbnail. I get goosebumps talking about it. I wake up the next morning, it's gone from like 60, 70 views to 2,000 views. And you have to keep in mind, I'm stuck at 100 views an episode. I wake up 8 hours later, it's got 2,000. By the weekend, I think it's at about like 10, 12,000. So I'm going crazy at home. I'm like at my mom's house. I'm going crazy.
Dude, I had the same experience. I was just in Cabo.
Okay, you had a nice. It just dunked on me. He's like, and then I remember after that weekend, it went from like 10,000. After the weekend, it had like 100,000, and bro, it just kept going and going and going. I think now that episode has like over 900,000 views on that episode alone, and that's why I tell people, I'm like, I literally had a video, the same content, go from 60 views to over 900,000 people. And the whole like course of the channel changed based off that video because of packaging. Wow. So obviously like the content has to be good. Right. Like we had like, it was a great conversation, but like, it's the same with like a book, you know, like you can write the greatest book in the world, like so much value, like everything. If when people see it on the shelf or on Amazon or whatever, they don't look at the cover and the title and the blurb and like everything and are like, okay, I'm going to buy this. No one sees it.
Right.
And it's like the greatest shame in the world. Like how many videos are out there which are great, like amazing videos, like they're great for humanity and society and people. But because the author wasn't intentional with the packaging, no one ever saw it.
Dude, they say we don't judge a book by its cover, but that's the only way to judge a book.
Yeah.
And
we don't have time.
Yeah. And
you know what I mean?
And that's why it's important. That's why the name of a book is important.
Yeah.
Would you say that because people typically don't know this, that you can go and change, like once you get more clarity on this idea of titling and thumbnail and packaging on YouTube, that you can go on the backlog and update. Did you do that or?
Yeah. So yeah. So I did it manually. Like I went into YouTube Studio, and I just changed the title and I changed the thumbnail. I woke up the next day, it was completely different. But like, I think on a mindset level, the way that I think about things, and I'm a huge proponent of this, is I just do experiments. Yeah. Like I tell this to my team all the time. I'm like, we're not geniuses. You know, it's funny because even the way that you you intro this, you're like, oh, like the packaging, like master, like he understands this and stuff. I tell my team all the time, like we have an idea of what we think is going to work, but I don't know. I'm like, let's test it. Like, let's go to the market and like see what happens. And so I'm a really big proponent, especially in the beginning when like you don't have much of an audience. Like, why wouldn't you just try things?
Please.
Like, why, like, if you've had 5 videos get 50 views, like, why wouldn't you just try something different? Like a small, and typically the way that I would do it, I would change one thing. So similar, like the video is the same, but we changed thumbnail, we changed title. And that's what did it, right? Like I'm not completely starting from scratch or starting from zero, but I always say that to my team. I'm like, let's test it on the market. Like we don't know. And if it's not working, we can always change it back. So I'm such a big proponent of experiments. Honestly, if you speak with the channels that do the best on YouTube, it's the people that like truly love the platform and they've really embraced just that mindset of constant experimentation. They are constantly trying things. And sometimes it's like the smallest thing. Like we did this recently on a video. We, and if people are familiar with the channel, the Calum Johnson Show, we typically have like a frame of myself and then the frame of the guests, like our faces on the thumbnail. And then we have some text in the middle. And one of the things that we tried recently, we tried adding like the guest's hand into the frame. So he'd be like pointing at something. Like it's like the smallest thing. Like you wouldn't even, as a viewer, you wouldn't even notice. And then we're looking at the analytics in YouTube. We're like looking at the CTR.
Click-through rate.
Yeah, click-through rate. And we're like, okay, did we see a bump from that? Did it give anything? And like, but that's the level of detail. Like we're going into, like we're just tweaking it at the margins. And it makes a difference.
You said it's like falling in love with the platform, and it's hard to fall in love with the platform if you don't know it. When you're chilling, you're watching YouTube.
Yeah.
So it's like a holistic approach. It's like I'm not just a contributor to the platform. I'm also a consumer of the platform. And when I'm on YouTube, I'm getting fresh ideas. Even like, oh wow, like that caught, like the way that they worded that title. Like, have you taken titles in the past and just reworked it for your needs?
Yeah. I've taken what you just described as a superpower, where like I've taken packaging and inspiration from not just channels in my niche. Like everyone that's listening should be doing that as the base minimum. Like you should be looking at similar videos and channels in your niche and seeing what works for them. And to be clear, when I say what works for them, you're looking for outliers. So you're looking at like, we're getting kind of into deep in the tactics of this now. which is if you go on someone's page and you just look at like their last 10, 20 videos and you look at the performance, you'll start to establish like an average. Like here is typically like maybe they get like 10,000 views on average. And then I'm looking for, you'll see a video that got 50,000 or not even 50,000. Even if it gets 18,000, but the average is 10,000, I'm now studying that a bit deeper. I'm like, okay, what did they do with like the title? Do I think it's the thumbnail is the reason? Is it the title? Is it the topic? Because people also don't think about topic. Like sometimes there's just not enough demand for the topic that you're speaking to.
And it's not that like the contents of the video is the bad topic. It's just what you're hiding the contents of the video.
Yeah.
So like, it's like if we're talking like how to grow a YouTube channel or how to make money on YouTube, it's kind of like that's a topic difference. Yeah. Growing an audience or making money.
Yeah.
I would imagine more people care about making money on YouTube than growing an audience on YouTube. Yeah. But that's what I just wanted to make it clear when you say topic, because some people will be like, I don't know, okay, topic, change the video completely. No.
Yeah.
Think about the umbrella it sits under.
Yeah. That's the way to say it. It's like, what umbrella is it sitting under? And so, yeah, I'm always looking at outliers. Yeah. I'm like, if it's what I got, like I got an extreme outlier, right? Like 100 views to 900,000, but like you'll see it on people's channel. Like they'll have like 70 views and then like this one got 1,000. And I'll even look at small channels sometimes and I'll be like, oh wait, why did this get 1,000? And I was look at the way they did the title. I'm like, that's kind of interesting. Like, could we do that? Would that make sense?
I have an outlier of someone I know, but do you have one in your mind that's like, oh, find an outlier? Yeah. It just stirs in me. Like, I'm like, whoa, I'll say it. And if one comes to mind, share it. Yeah. But Daniel Priestley, business expert, like he was on the Diary of CEO a couple times, got millions, 10 million views on his conversation, and didn't really go all in on his personal brand YouTube channel until recently. Yeah. And so he's been doing really well. And I know he has a product called the Score app, which is essentially a form or an assessment website builder, like with templates. Yeah. Like if he made a video on or have an assessment for your business, it won't get views. Dude, this outlier video is the $1 million landing page works for everyone. And that video is cooking, and he's literally just demonstrating his product in the video. Yeah. Brilliantly though, like very, it's not like very pushy, but like he made his software business into the idea of a $1 million landing page. Yeah. Which easy button, big umbrella, and then the content itself was just have an assessment. Yeah. Like beautiful.
You know what it is sometimes I think with this? It's like, because I think to myself, I'm like, why wouldn't you do this? And here's what I understand sometimes when like, as creators, I feel like sometimes we can get too romantic or like too artistic. And then you get tied to like, it has to be presented in a certain way. And I think this will make sense for like entrepreneurs. Like as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, it is your responsibility that your offer or whatever you're selling, you make that make sense to your customer. Like, it's not like I'm just going to tell it how it is and then they're going to accept it. It's like, no, like you have to position it and frame it and package it in a way where they want to buy it or they're intrigued. Like you have to make it make sense for them. Right. It's exactly the same with YouTube. It's like the Daniel Priestley is a great example. I think another one that comes to mind for me, and I'm actually trying to get him on the show right now, Simon Squibb. So Simon, if you're seeing this, but I remember, and you might know this as well, actually, but maybe it was like 18 months ago, 2 years ago, he had this video that went like so crazy, and everyone in the like business, entrepreneurship, marketing niche, like copied the format. I don't remember the exact title. I think it was like he taking
36 years.
Yeah, of business knowledge in 56 minutes or something. Yeah. And to your point, like very similar to the Daniel Priestley thing, like he could have titled it, I don't know, business secrets or something, like 10 business secrets. And it probably would have got, I don't know, 1,000 views. I think that, episode has been, or that video has been watched like millions of times. And then he did like another one where it was like, he slightly tweaked it and it was like marketing knowledge or something. Like he redid it, he remixed it. Yeah.
I feel like he's still riding the wave as far as even the format he showed up in, which was like drawing stuff, long form teaching.
And like showing it on camera. And that's one of the things, honestly, like, Omar, that's one of the things where like, I'm trying to get better with that, which is you have something which is like a banger and it works and it's such an extreme outlier, the slight remix. Because a lot of the times they're like, okay, cool, let me go do something else. Like that worked, let me go do something else. It's like, no, like run that thing again.
Right.
Yeah.
It is, it's a funny thing how we do that. I do that all the time, bro. Something works and I move on.
Yeah, you just move on. And it makes no sense. You're like, bro, it worked. I'm starting to see it a lot on Instagram where I saw a girl posted a reel about this. Like literally what she did is she had like a reel that she posted. And I think it got like 12 million views. And then she came back. She was like, yeah, I came back like 2 months later. I posted the same reel, like the exact same video, 6 million views. She's like, I'm going to keep posting that thing until it's like under 1 million, like the same video. So yeah, I think I'm trying to take that spirit of like,
yeah, I mean, that's a thing in here where sometimes we feel like everyone's seen it. Everyone who's supposed to see it already saw it, which is like literally impossible.
yeah.
Or we think that the person who saw the last one is going to say, I already saw this already, which like that even rarely happens.
Yeah.
And if they want to leave, they can. Yeah. Because posting content in many ways is really just the wide net to most of our businesses.
Yeah.
Speaking of business, can we transition a bit into the way you've chosen to build yours is different than what my YouTube channel serves me as. Yeah. I would classify you as someone who's building a media company. And for me, my podcast is kind of a means to doing business, like doing more business, which both approaches are valid approaches. Can you share how that's been, that journey? Like, because like building the media company, we're talking brand deals, we're talking AdSense, we're talking, other things. You're not really selling your own product.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 100%. I think it's interesting because this was like a real journey for me to get to that clarity. And I think it's something you're always figuring out as an entrepreneur is like, what is the intent? Like at the center of this, like, what am I really trying to do? Because we're not just trying to make numbers go up on a screen. Like there is like something like in our core, I think for a lot of people that like make the decision and take the risk to start something, it's like, there's an outcome that you're trying to get. Like there's something you're trying to do. I think for me, the origin of it, like when I would really think about it, and of course you want to make money and like all of those things and support our families and all of that stuff. But for me, like I loved the craft of what I do. Like I love conversation. Like what we're doing right now, like this is my thing. Like this is what gets me like out of bed in the morning. And so I'm also just, I'm like competitive. And so I like the sport of like getting better and like reaching more and more heights. And so really like when you talk about a media business, I just wanted to be able to play this game that I love on like higher and higher levels. And so I see like the advertising and the sponsorship. And of course we want like an alignment there. And I want to give value to my viewer and the people that watch and support the show. But I see it as a way that like it supports me and allows me to keep doing this at a bigger and bigger level. And so, yeah, that was always the way I thought about it. And there was like, there was opportunities that would come, whether it was like promoting certain products or even like certain guests, like paying to come on the show. And I'd always be like, nah, because it was like, I want to do the game at the highest level. And so anything that feels like it's like compromising that to me, I'm like, nah. And I think a big part of it, I remember I heard Colin and Samir break it down like this, which is, there's a difference sometimes between being like what I would think is like a pure entrepreneur and then kind of this new age that we're going in where you kind of have like the creator entrepreneur, where a part of it is artistic. You know what I mean? Like it's deeply personal and it's artistic. And it's like, yes, we want to make money and like have it be financially lucrative, but we also just love this craft. I'm assuming it's like what like.
So I think about it like in rap.
Yeah.
There's people that get into it. You got like the Rick Ross, who like, he's a true artist rapper, but leveraged rap to build a legacy.
Yeah.
And then you have guys like Chance the Rapper, who is like no brand or no, not signing any contracts. Like this is all about the puristness of the art form, you know? I think of it like that.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think you're right. I think I'm a bit of a mix. I wouldn't put myself purely in the thing of like, and it's an interesting thing. I remember like, this is the thing that Colin and Samir said. They said there's a difference between an artist and a creator. An artist creates what they think is beautiful and great art. It's like this very selfish personal endeavor. Like they just want something that's great to them. A creator creates art for an audience. So it's like, you want people to consume what you're doing. You're not trying to be like in the basement with your like lovely painting that only you admire. Like you want there to be people that also love it too. I think that I'm not pure artist, but I think I'm probably closer on the creator side, where the integrity of the conversation is so important to me, but I also want it to hit like millions and millions of people, and that's what we're able to do.
Yeah. Okay. How long was it till you got your first brand deal, and what did that look like?
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting one. I had a video on my channel recently where I spoke about this. Because really, like, I got into this so green. Like, I didn't have any sort of media background. I wasn't like a journalist. I didn't work on like Think Media or like, so I thought that as soon as you have like a video that goes and you start getting views, I thought that they just hit your email. Like that's what they just hit your inbox.
I'm rich.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't even know, like all the companies are just there. It was not like that for me, even a little bit.
I don't think it's like that for anybody. So I think this is good. Yeah. Break down the journey.
For me, basically what happened, like we started to get traction. So after that first video got 900,000, like 2 weeks later I had another video, I think it got 600,000, then 400,000, 500, like we just kept going. Wow. And obviously you're starting to think like I'm getting AdSense. So I'm like wowed by the fact that like YouTube's paying me first off. Cause when the first video went, I had less than 1,000 subscribers. So the AdSense was coming in, and then I started.
Oh, you're saying you got your first brand deal when you had less than 1,000 subscribers?
No, when the first video went viral, I had less than 1,000. I don't even know.
That's good. That's something for people to look forward to. That's a possibility.
Well, that's the great thing about the platforms now. Yeah. Is like
anyone can get a breakthrough video.
You can be
You're one video away.
Yeah. At all times, which is why, like, why wouldn't you experiment and just put more shots on goal? Right. That's a separate conversation. But I think with the brand deals thing, I remember, like, I got to a level of frustration because I was like, I feel like we're doing great content and the niche is so good. Like, we're doing business conversations and hundreds of thousands of people are watching. Like, this doesn't really happen. I was like, where are they? And I just reached this level of frustration where I was like, you know what? And this is kind of just my story in general. I was like, I'm not going to wait. I'm just going to make it happen. And so the first, like, big name, like brand name deal that we did, basically it was this brand that I loved. It's like a brand that's based in the UK. And it's like a supplement. They do like protein powder and like these like drinks for the gym. But I used to drink it. And I used to drink it right before I would record episodes. And so I told my editor, I'm like, I'm tired of like chasing. What we're going to do is I'm just going to record an ad read. And I'm not advocating for people to do this, but like it worked for us. I was like, I'm just going to record an ad read. I'm going to talk directly into the camera. I'm just going to tell the truth of how I use this product. Like that's it. I'm going to do that for a minute. We're going to edit it. We're going to put it in the episode. I didn't even reach out to them. I was just like, we're going to put it in the episode. at the end of the ad read, I basically said, I was just honest with the audience. I was like, yeah, like, you know, I really want this sponsor. Like, it would be crazy. It'd be like a dream come true for me to have them as a sponsor. If you guys can just comment the name of the brand in the comment section, and we post the video. And I remember I went back like a week later. So I was like, how did that do? And I looked in the comments. It was just like the name of the brand was just like so many people had commented it. And then I found like the marketing manager or like the head of their partnerships or whatever, like someone that worked in marketing at that brand. And I sent them the screenshots with the ad read that we'd recorded. And then, yeah, like a few weeks later, we had a deal with them.
That's so cool.
And that was how we got our first one.
Dude, break the belief, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I think anyone could sponsor their own videos with either your own product or sign up as an affiliate. Like, if a company sells something, and you could sign up as an affiliate to pretty much anything you use in your life.
Yeah.
And I think what's such a cool way, the way that you did it, because I think had it been the reverse, it might have created a bad experience, or even the way you would have crafted that ad read would have been different because there would have been a money exchange already.
Yeah.
So, dude, what a gem. Like, if you're listening or watching, congratulations, you just got your first brand deal. What's a product that's literally changed your life that you use consistently? And talk about it, and then you could either link to it. But I love that you even asked the audience to do that, because that it created some buzz, and it also showed that how much your audience is like for you.
Yeah.
You know, and the wanting this to keep going.
That's my big thing as well. It's like, you know what? I think that a lot of the times as creators, and I get it because this is how I was in the beginning, is like, we're so much looking for that first video that goes viral or like that like validates us and makes us feel good about the experience, that sometimes we forget what the journey of this is. And it is a beautiful journey. And for me, I always want to involve the audience in the journey. Like, my audience got me my first brand deal. I love that. And so like, I just think that it's great in the story of the show, you know, and I think about it like that. Like, we're building a story, like we're going on what I believe will be like a multi-year to multi-decade run. And like, when you go in the beginning, you're going to be able to say like, oh, I was one of the viewers that commented the name of that brand that got him his first deal. And I just think that that's like a beautiful thing. And my mindset a lot of the times is like with brands, sometimes when you're not getting what you want, and entrepreneurs will relate with this, you just have to go prove it. And that's where I got to in terms of my mindset. I was like, I'm tired of like waiting. I'm just going to go and prove it. And then I'm going to bring them the proof. And so like, make it easy for them to say yes.
So good. So how long ago was that? Because you mentioned something. You said, I asked my editor, like, how long were you doing YouTube by yourself until you were like, okay, I need to start building out a team? And then what happened to the results after you started adding help to the process?
Yeah. So I was kind of interesting in that sense. So the only episode that I've personally edited for the show was the first one.
Oh, wow. So you had a team from the jump. A team,
I guess
more
kind
than
of a
one
team,
person.
Yeah. Like an editor, I guess. Yeah.
I have a philosophy that no one wins on YouTube without a team.
Yeah. Oh, I think so. Yeah.
So maybe somebody's like, I've been posting consistently, but you've been doing it all by yourself.
Yeah.
That could literally be the linchpin. Add somebody in the process at some level. Somebody who could strategize with you, somebody who could edit the video, something.
Yeah. Well, on the simplest level, it's like the thing that all like the YouTube gurus or like they always tell you, and it's the most frustrating thing when you hear it. They're like, oh, you just have to be consistent, man. I remember I'd always hear that. Oh, just be consistent, dude. I'm like, it's the most annoying thing. Like before anything happens on your channel, that's like the most frustrating thing to hear. But it is the truth. And so the way that I thought about it in the beginning is, how can I make it easy for me to be consistent? And so the experience of me editing the first video was so like tumultuous and like arduous for me, to, like, because I'm not an editor. I don't have a background in doing it. And so it took me so long. I was like, if this is what it's going to be every week, I'm not going to be consistent at doing this. So I'd rather pay, and in the beginning it was so basic, like the edits, but like I would rather just pay someone like $100 or 150, like whatever it is, so that they can edit it, and I do it consistently.
I think this is so good because the journey is so real. And I think people want it to happen quickly, but you don't want it to happen quickly. You want it to, like, who you're becoming in the process is very powerful. And the person that started the Calum Johnson Show to who he is now, relationally, skill set, leadership, like legitimacy, like you probably have a brand deal contract now, like, you know, like all that stuff.
You know, like, honestly, I get really, I have a lot of energy for it, because I wish, like, for the person that's, or the entrepreneur or the creator that's like posting right now and it's like not going and they're like frustrated and just over the whole process, I wish that I could shake them and let them know when you do make it, because it will happen. If you just keep putting videos out, you're gonna have one hit. And when that one hits, the timing, like we talk about God's timing, like the timing is going to be so perfect. And that's what it was like for me, because if I had blown up in the first 10 videos, I wouldn't be where I am now. Like the fact that it took me so long and I had to learn all of these things and like feel the pain, and that like going back to the drawing board countless times is what created the longevity. And people say that to me now. They're like, I can't believe that your show's doing this and like has been doing this for like years, with the team that we have, and like funding this all and like bootstrapping it all ourselves. And that was because I spent the time in the trenches learning this thing. And that's what creates the longevity. And so for anyone that's listening at home, when it does happen, you are going to be so grateful. Like, I cannot express that deeply enough, emphasize it enough. You're going to be so grateful that it took time, because things that take a long time last a long time.
Can you lastly just break down the finances year 1, year 2, year 3?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So I might be slightly off with specific numbers.
Years are messed up from when you uploaded your first video, but
yeah. So like the first year, so I'm in year 3, I guess, of doing it. So the first year I was doing it while I was working my job. So we made no revenue the first year. The second
you must have
year,
made something on AdSense, something? No? Okay.
I didn't even have, so like the first year of me doing the show, we weren't even really on YouTube like that. Like it was, a lot of it was audio, and then we kind of got into YouTube at like the end of that year. So we definitely made 0 the first year. Well, I guess it was worse than 0. It was like minus, because I was spending money. Second year, sure, that was like right when the channel really started to blow up. So I think the second year we made like, I'm gonna mess up like the year, like the periods, but we probably made like 90,000.
What was your salary at the job you were working at?
I think so. When I quit, I was making 97,000 a year.
It's pretty good salary.
Yeah, it was really good. It was real good when I was living at my mom's house. I was like, oh man, why did I leave this? And then I think in the last year, I know this year we're on track to do just under 300,000. Yeah,
dude, that's crazy. Like, because people aren't seeing year 3 when you start in year 1.
Yes.
But if you just, like, this is like most people, and this might be a message and you really resonate with it, but it's like, if you could just see where you'll be in 3 years, and it is like, shout out to crypto and Bitcoin, but when it comes to like human connection, purpose, impact, being a consistent creator, adding value to your industry, your space, humanity, the compound effect that will take place both internally and externally is something you can't not fathom.
Yeah.
Do you think you were going to 3x your salary in just essentially 2 years from quitting your job?
Oh, no. What? Yeah, like it was weird to me. Like I didn't even really, it sounds weird. I didn't even think that much about it. Because you get, and you kind of, it's probably actually different as an entrepreneur because you're always looking at those metrics. But like I was just getting better and better and better. Yeah. And it's like, it's the same in business in a sense of, it's really hard on the upslope. Like when you're going up the hill, it feels like you have like a boulder tied behind your back and everything is difficult. Once it starts getting downhill, it can happen really fast, man. And I tell people that, I'm like, things can change really quick. Like you can go from being like down and out to like the biggest thing around really fast. And so it's like, just keep going in that season. And that season is going to make you, like, that's when you're creating the character, the person that can actually be successful in this. So,
Bro,
Yeah, man.
I appreciate you. Thanks for hopping on.
Of course.
Dude, grateful for you, grateful for our connection, and glad to do more conversations.
of course, this is one of many.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Fire.
So nuts.